Hi, it's Lynn from LynnieCDesigns. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in West Sussex in the UK, and I'm coming on today to make a version of this card. This was my entry to the Global Design Project Challenge, which was a theme challenge, and I made this basket of yummy strawberries. This is obviously going to do a standard base here, so this is half a sheet of A4 scored in the middle. I've got a mat of white, which is 10.2 by 14.5. I've got some DSP. This just made me think of a picnic blanket, 3 centimeters by 14.5. I've got this for sentiment. I've got some strips, the strips of white which made this, and I will show you how I made this now. Actually, I started off with, I've got a whole basket of strips of white paper, and this is where I cut down my mats for my cards, and I store them. I am a collector, I'm not a hoarder, so I always try and find ways of using these. So I've got a collection here, all roughly the same size, and I'm going to cut them down. They measure 21 centimeters. I'm going to cut these in half. What I do, I'm going to start that way, and then you just weave paper in between. So just lie it flat, and then with that one come in like that, and that's how you get your weave. I don't like to stick anything down until I've kind of got a little bit along the way. So this one went under first, so it will go under. It's always easier to, she said, making a muck of it. It's probably easier to weave if you leave these ones stuck together to begin with, but who wants to do easy? You can see that comes together quite nicely, and you just have to sort of tap them together a little bit. So I will, now I've got a few more on, tap those down. The bit I did for my card was a little bit bigger than that I'm showing you now, and I trimmed it down, and I decided to have a second bit to give it a bit of dimension, and I trimmed this off, and of course some of it fell apart because it wasn't all, I don't glue it all together. Should have thought of that before I stuck it down, but hey ho, you live and learn, and you just keep going. And alternate each one, and you just end up with a really pretty weave. So let's push this all together. There we are. And now you can just glue it down. I folded down the ones that are at the top to sort of secure them. What I'll have to do, not really enough there. Oh, there is. Use my bone folder. It's quite a bit. I'm just going to trim those off because you don't need a lot. Excess. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to use wet glue. You could use a glue dot. I'm just going to quickly stick these little suckers down. Ooh. So they're secured one end. Fold that one in and fold that one in. A little dab of glue. Hoping you can see what I'm doing. And then all I do is go around and trim off the excess. And there we have the base of a little basket. So I'm going to come in with one of my blender brushes and my crumb cake ink. Just going to pop this underneath so that I don't mess up my grid paper. And I decided to just add a little bit of colour. The base of my card is crumb cake, and so I decided to add a little bit of crumb cake to my basket. And I just love these blending brushes. For me, I prefer them to Daubers or the Brayer. Everybody's got their preference. I think it's just so lovely that we've got so much choice, and that you know, not everybody likes the same thing. So it's really nice to be able to find something that we like Look at that, I think that just helps bring that basket alive a little bit. White's always quite stark, and you can add ink as much as you like, and it kind of catches on all the different, so it's just, I just think it's a lovely effect on the basket. I'm going to change it up a little bit. So that's the basket. I think it's come out rather nice. I've got a little strip of crumb cake, because I'm going to stick that to be the top of my basket to change it up slightly. I've also already die cut with the Tasteful Label dies another bit of crumb cake, and I'm not sure if I showed you this before, but if you keep your label, pop that off to one side, if you keep your label, your piece of card that you've cut in the label that you've used, and then use a scoring tool and gently draw, you can feel with this the inside edge of the die. I'm just doing it very gently, but doing it a couple of times with the thicker end. When you pop that out, it just gives it another level of dimension. Hopefully you can see that. Just gives you some really nice dimension there. So that's a lovely technique that I learnt off another talented demonstrator. So I'm going to use my crumb cake again to just, I'm hoping that I'll try this, and if it's not dark enough, I will, already don't think it's going to be dark enough. So I'm going to cut this out using the Label Me Fancy punch and show you a clever way of extending the life of your punches. So I'm just going to trim this down 2.8. So let me just try and should do it. So you pop it in and pop it through. So you punch one end, feed that through there, and then having it in the centre, trying to keep it straight. Punch that through, and then we have an extended label. So you can do that with any of our label punches. You can extend them if your stamp or the shape that you want needs to be a little bit bigger. So I'm going to pop that on there. Pop that there, and I'm going to pop a little bit of glue on there. I'm going to stick that across there, and it's cut just a little bit wider so it hangs out a little bit. That's a nice little top to our basket. I've got my layer. I forgot to say I have fussy cut lots of bits and pieces already from this beautiful paper. It was only available, it's now stopped. It was paper that I got during our 2-month celebration. Same with the Berry Blessings. But I'm trying to use it up rather than collect it. I've got quite a collection. I might change it, I might have that side. So let's have a look. some strawberries. I think what I'm going to do, what I did last time, I just pop that there and then try and work out where I want my strawberries, making sure that they're tucked in behind. Now I don't waste anything. You can cut even the bits from the edge. So as I've got that there, I'm going to put that there. Just wondering whether I need to fussy cut one more big. No, I like that. So we are going to, this is how I do mine. So work out where you want to have them glued and then start popping them down. Now I'm going to have these all flat on my card rather than anything up on dimensionals. I may yet fussy cut something. Plenty of glue on my basket. And then before that dries, we'll just pop that one in there. That one in there. So we need one more little one. So let's quickly fussy cut that out. I used to worry about fussy cutting, but as I've spent more time with other very talented demonstrators who are amazing at fussy cutting, Emma Goddard. It's not an Emma Goddard card without some fussy cutting. There we are, look at that. I'm less scared of it now. Now, I think I'm going to pop that up on dimensionals. So we've got a couple of dimensionals there. I think the thing is with paper craft, as long as you're enjoying yourself, that's the most important bit, isn't it? And I hope that whoever receives cards from me just think, oh, lovely. That could be wishful thinking. Now I'm going to add some leaves and some little flowers. So again, oh, I forgot the twine. We'll add a little bow afterwards. I don't think you'd want to see me doing all the fussy cutting. It's not very exciting. So we shall arrange our little flowers. Very therapeutic, this, for me anyway. Hopefully it's not boring you all to tears. And then I did cut some tiny little flowers as well, so just sort of edge bits, like a bit like the strawberries. If you don't want to waste anything. You don't have to. So let me get my linen thread and let's see if we can tie a bow on camera. Sometimes never very easy. And we will stick that on with a mini glue dot. Where are we going to do that? Let's put that on there. There we go. And then that can go onto our base. That's on straight. That's better. I'm always wonky. So thank you so much for watching. I will leave a link to my online store in the description box below. And a link to my blog, and you'll find full details for those over there. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again really soon. Bye for now.